they're like, when will this stuff happen? Because Jesus is saying the end time's coming. They're like, when will this happen? And he says, here, we'll go here. Truly, I tell you, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom. Um, so it seems like the end times are supposed to happen while the disciples are alive. And there's a bunch of different views on this. But one other thing he says, which I go later and ask about, is he says, this generation will not pass away until all these things take place. That's what Jesus says. So you look, and I'm looking in, and I'm asking, hey, what about the Greek words, and like, what's the most reasonable interpretation of this, and why? And it kind of goes on to say how that word generation is used multiple other times in the Gospels, and those times clearly seems to be talking about the people that are alive then, right? They're talking about the sinful generation that's alive, and that specific Greek word, I'm not going to try to say it, but it looks like what Jesus was talking about was the destruction of Jerusalem, which actually came to pass, that prophecy actually came true. And these language, like you'll see the Son of Man coming on the clouds, and these things, these are hearkening back to Old Testament prophecies, which sound similar. And again, we're about the destruction of Israel. I think it was kind of like that was the center of the world for them. So that's why a lot of these like end times prophecies sound like the world's ending, but really it's just like their world, right? I don't know how much of like a global viewpoint they had at that point in time. But that kind of thwarts the end times situation for me.